Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode through the deep dive. Oh, deep dive through the upside down. I am butchering this today. We talked about corn, that's why. I am one of three of your hosts. I'm Annie, and then we got the new hairdo on the opposite side.
Hell yeah. Mr. Fuentes over here.
And we got down
Hey guys,
below.
what's up? It's Drew here.
Oh man, the hair grew back fast.
Yeah, and then I got the frost tips.
Oh, I love that. The ramen hair too. It got
Oh
a little
yeah.
fuzz. I love that. It looks like the little corn. Look, he has a little fuzz too. He's joining
Oh,
you.
we're matching.
Y'all are matching. We love that.
Mr. Elote.
Mystery Elote, y'all. God. I'm gonna change his name on there now. He's Mystery Elote. Well, we finished the mid-season finale, and now we've joined along and gone on to episode 8, which is Papa. I thought it was a pretty unique name. I mean, I thought it was just going to be nothing but 11, which it kind of was. Like
hmm
85% of it was 11 in this episode, but we get more of the relationship in between Brenner and 11 in this episode, which honestly, kid you not, I think everybody hated Brenner
Yeah,
like from the
100%.
get-go. Um didn't change my opinion at all with this episode. I still kind of disliked him because of the way that he foresaw everything and the way that his vision was. It was his
hmm
vision or no one else's vision after that. It was just his way or the highway. But yeah, what's your opinion? What's y'all's opinions on Brenner? What do y'all guys think?
I
He's full of
mean, yeah,
himself. Pretty much, yeah.
definitely a very hardcore narcissist. He thought that he was playing God in a sense. He was trying to create superhuman beings, and he was, to him, he was God, and that everyone should listen to what he had to say, and that he was this really smart guy, and he was always right. And honestly, I think that was his downfall, is that he actually did have feelings, which sucked
He
because
actually has a heart.
yeah, like he actually did care about the things he did create, but he just didn't know how to be. Um, a proper parent in a sense. He only knew by authoritation.
He was like an authority figure, basically.
What's that word? Authoritarian. He
Hmm.
only knew how to do things like in an authoritarian way.
Hold on, wait a minute. I thought it's vegetarian.
No, we're not talking about your corn that you just
Aw,
bought.
dang it. Aw, dang it.
The name of
Oh,
this episode is just corn. It's just corn.
corn. It's just corn.
We'll just call it corn.
The thumbnail is corn.
Just like episode 8, corn.
Corn. Or just
Uh,
be a photo of the corn. That's it.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I mean, he was just in the end, he was definitely a crappy person. Even if he tried to somewhat make amends, it was too late. He already had caused too much damage.
Yeah.
I mean, there
Um,
was even a moment in the episode. We'll get to it later, but like there was a moment in the episode where you think he's gonna change and actually help, but goes back to his old ways. So
yeah, which was kind of sad, Like I had high hopes from like the beginning. I thought he was a really shitty person. And
mhm.
throughout the season, since we didn't really see him, and in this season, we kind of got a little bit more of a backstory of his way of thinking and how he was. And initially, he did have feelings because he felt like 11 was like gonna be his prized child. But to what Henry or Vecna was saying is
Yeah,
that like he was out to get 11. Like that he's trying to kill you because you have some kind of power that's above whatever he wants, and you just make him scared of you, so he's just going to kill you in general. That's it. She tried to strike fear. Well, he tried to strike fear in her just so she could betray him, and now look at where we're at. We're in this episode. Honestly. Um how does this episode begin? I cannot.
It starts off with
it kind of starts off right where it left off. from the
Yeah.
last episode. You get Brenner walking in the room, 11 kind of standing there, and then passing out, and then it kind of flips from there to like Nancy, who just got ensnared into Vecna's um, gaze or trance or whatever he does, and basically he's trying to let her send her with a message to everyone else, or to 11 specifically, that he's coming to destroy the world, or I don't really know what his true purpose is, but he gives Nancy a bunch of visions.
Visuals.
Just put it
Can
that
can we talk about that scene where she's running away from Vecna in the hospital and she's trying to pull out a door that is a push door the whole entire time?
I
So
didn't even
like
notice that.
I was thinking it because like when she was pulling off all the boards, I was like, okay, that's good. She got enough room to
and then
push
she
the
pushes
door
the
open.
door.
Like literally, she pulls the door at the beginning. I'm like, are you fucking serious? It's a push door, and then she pushes it, and I'm like, wow. It took her a minute, but when fear strikes, when you got someone burn victim behind you trying to chase you, you just think pull, not push.
I think it'd be hilarious if it cuts to like Vecna and he just says like in a deep voice like "dumb bitch" or something like that, and then continues walks.
He's all Nancy, you dumb bitch. Like why?
Nancy, you can't run away. Also, that's a push door.
It's just too much. Too
That would have
much. Wait,
extremely killed the mood.
everyone just be laughing the whole entire time.
I would have loved it, but it would have killed the mood.
Duffin Brothers do a deleted scenes just for that. Just
Yeah.
for that. There's a bunch of stuff I would like.
They
I'd rather
could have
do.
totally though. It would have, because I think in my head the reason, like, they probably came up with the concept of Vecna before, actually talking to Robert Englund.
Mhm.
But like, I think they saw the similarities. Like, he looks like he's burned. He kind of looks like Freddy Krueger. And he's like, oh, dude, we should totally call that guy for a cameo. Like,
Yeah.
But like, they could have totally made Vecna into like a Freddy Krueger type of
Comedy,
like,
yeah.
like adding a little bit like dash of comedy on top of things that he did. And I think I still would have accepted it. I don't know. Maybe it would.
I would have. It would have been a
Maybe it
fucking
would have took away
t-shirt.
from the actual seriousness of the show, but I don't know.
I mean, there was some comedy aspects in there when there were serious moments. I mean, they had chances to do it. They just didn't fully do it.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of, well, kind of like Negan from Walking Dead when he first came into the series. Like he thought he was a serious character and psychopath, but yet he has a little bit of humor in him. So
Yeah.
So yeah.
I never like got past that. I think that season of Walking Dead, but like the part that I did watch of the season, like Negan was hilarious. Like that was his downfall too. I think he liked Rick way too much. Like he should have killed Rick a long time ago. I would have. I mean, that would have been my like. Oh, this guy. This is the Hell's leader. All right. Well, he's dying for sure. Like
you're like,
he survived me like 3 times. Like
he's dying for sure.
Too many times, man. Like.
What a delivery.
Man, I forgot. Like the thing that always gets me on that specific season is the time where like, damn it, what's his boy's name? Rick's son, Carl. Carl tries to sneak into the vicinity and tries to kill Negan, and then like basically he like stops him, and then he basically brings him back. And I don't remember exactly what happens, but somebody tries to I think offer up Rick or something to Negan, and Negan kills him. And he's like, man, I brought back your boy. I killed this guy that was conspiring against you. Like, you should definitely be giving me thanks. Like, and I was just like,
oh, I remember that. He was like, I fed him spaghetti too.
I fed him spaghetti. Yeah.
The spaghetti. Not the spaghetti.
Who's the guy? Man, Dean, I think. No, what's his name? Dean Morgan?
Mm-hmm.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
Yeah,
he played that character flawlessly.
Yeah.
Going back to
Stranger Things.
Going back to Stranger Things.
That was my fault. I brought up.
But that segment of how we get to see the Vision, well, not the Vision, but how we get to see Nancy go into the Upside Downs. Kind of crazy because honestly, I thought that was gonna be last person that would ever be attacked. Well, overseen by Vecna, but I forgot season one, she let Barb
Barb.
die. And he brought that up because he put her in the pool that Barb's body was left. And he showed
Mhm.
her Barb. And I was like, oh no. And then the pool started filling up with blood. I was like, he's really going to torment her because, for one, she still thinks about Barb at all times. And none other, the person that she left Barb for, is literally with her, right next to
Mhm.
her in real life. So, I mean, the guilt's there. And it was kind of cool, at least just to see a little bit of a nod to Barb because I love Barb. Barb was my favorite in season one. Everyone's fan favorite from season one.
You poor
Yeah, I'm
lonely
scared. Yeah.
Oh,
girl.
all right, I guess my favorite then. For it. But we get all of that. We get Nancy coming back to reality. They get her out of the Upside Down. Same thing with Steve. She's just kind of telling everybody like she saw her own mom. She saw her sister die, and that she's just terrified because we're not going to win this. We're not. We shouldn't
Mhm.
be doing this. That we're just not strong enough to beat him, which is, I mean, 95% chance true. I mean, a bunch of kids from Hawkins. Can they defeat some kind of
Also, I think in that
monster?
scene, that was the famous line where they're looking for music to help Nancy, and
Oh
uh,
yeah. We
this
need
is music.
music. We need
Wait,
music.
Madonna, Bowie, what is this crap? This
This
isn't music.
is
This is
music. Like he's over here, they're going through Iron Maiden tape, Iron Maiden tape, Iron Maiden tape, like going through all of his stuff, and they're all freaking out trying to get her something. But which is hilarious, just seeing Eddie like, this is music. Oh, fucking hilarious, hilarious.
That's definitely that was probably one of the funnier things. You know, whenever y'all talk about comedy, because this, in all reality, this is a pretty serious show. Like, the themes and everything in the show are really serious.
Yeah,
It's so funny that you can think of this as a serious show, but there's so many characters at comedic reliefs, and like even the ones you don't think should be comedic reliefs are usually like comedic reliefs. Like basically, you got Eddie, Steve, Robin, uh,
Erica.
Erica, Dustin, Argyle, Murray, um,
I think that's it.
and then you kind of get like serious, like dry kind of things from Hopper and Joyce. They're funny, but they're not like they're only
Yeah,
funny
yeah,
because
yeah.
like
they're
they're
funny to the
they're an
21
awkward
plus.
situation. They're an awkward situation, so it's funny. Yuri, he's another comedic relief. Not Yuri, yeah, Yuri. Yuri's his name.
It's just his
Uh,
voice.
it's Yuri, yeah, yeah.
Fish and fry.
Um,
It's
but
like we get a mix of everything in comedy wise though with them because you have like the 21 and plus older comedy, then you have like the little child's comedy as well too, like in the mix of it.
Oh yeah, I got you. It's
Mhm.
it's it's a reference later in the episode, but
Mhm.
uh, it was Dustin and Eddie getting something together, and he said, "Are you ready for battle?" Like he's thinking of the
Battle.
bats.
Thinking of the bats and like everybody, like all the kids are like, "That's funny." And we're
That
just like,
was when I first watched it. I
"No,
was like, that was bad, bro. Sorry,
that's a
that
dad joke right
was
there."
bad.
no, that was
Full
a bad
force.
one.
That was a bad one.
That was a bad one. Bats one.
That was a
Cries.
bad one.
That was the bats one. Um,
Since we're into this episode, I thought this would be cool. I don't think we'd have showed these so far, but I think it'd be cool to start or not start. I guess we're on the last two episodes, but the what is it, Billy, Butcher Billy, his art for the different
oh
ones.
yes,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's
Um,
That's sick.
beautiful.
they did such a good job with these. How they did them, like they just look so well done. Um, he's just one kill away.
He
It's
is.
11.
11.
11.
I'll defeat you.
I will defeat you.
Defeat you.
But yeah, these are you can actually buy these posters on the Netflix shop. All of them are out, and they're a little pricey, about $20 each, and there's 9 of them, so it's a good
Shit.
little cut of your pocket.
Hmm.
But I mean, I don't know. I thought about getting them just because, like, I feel like they're going to be collectors. Like, I don't know. This season was just so well done. Like, it's almost like it's going to be timeless at some point. I think.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
it's going to be just one of those things that people are going to look back on and they're going to be like, man, like everything that's coming out's pretty dope, but you're never going to match Stranger Things season 4 dopeness.
Hmm.
Like, it was just so well done, and
Mhm.
I really don't know. Like, it almost makes me not want a season 5. I only want a season 5 because I know it's going to conclude it. But
Yeah.
like, if
To
they don't
top
do it,
it,
if they don't do
yeah.
it right, it's like
What was the point?
I've talked about this before in like movies, like sequels. If sequels don't do justice to the first one that was really good, it kind of diminishes the first one.
Mhm.
Like the sequel almost makes the first one start looking bad, even though
Yeah.
beforehand you never thought that.
Yeah.
And so now you got this awesome season, like an amazing, well done season, and you're like, okay, season 5 better be just as good or better, because if not, it's gonna diminish season 4. And or you're gonna get those people like season 5 never existed. Season 5 is not real to me.
I don't even
It's just like,
consider
no, we
it
just
like
stop
a
at
show.
season 4. That's it.
I still don't consider it a show. It's like a movie to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you
It's
have part 1
wild.
through 5. That's
Yeah, it's
basically what you
wild.
got.
I just can't believe like you watch it the first time. Like, is this a fucking TV show? Like they put so much money into it, and the actors are top notch. Everything's even extras and everything, the editing, sound, you name it.
Yeah.
Everything is top notch to where it should be. I guess in the Oscar conversation,
Yeah.
but
I never even thought about that, but even like the CGI, because obviously a lot of it's CGI too, and things like everything's on point. Like nothing looks like crappy CGI. Like even someone had pointed out like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. It's like back in 2000 we had this, and they showed like pictures of Avatar, and I think it was like Jurassic Park, like how things look so well. And then it showed like, and now we got this, and it showed like Doctor Strange's like third eye, like looking all super CGI'd in there. And then like people are still dogging She-Hulk, so they're like this She-Hulk, and I'm just like, I mean, I don't know. You're still gonna go watch it, I guess. I
Yep.
guess at this point they just don't care. They're just like, just copy and paste that Canva graphic right there on the middle of Dr. Strange's eye or face right there.
It'll be great. It'll be great. It's like, okay, so I sat down and watched Daredevil with Franco for his fanboy podcast.
Ooh,
And
good
the
movie.
CGI in that movie, God, I'm like, I've never
Hey.
like it was okay. There was some scenes like
2003.
it was 2003.
We had Avatar in 2003. Like,
Hey,
he's making points. Like, there's the top tier CGI, and then there's Daredevil.
That's fair. That's fair.
And there's Spawn. Anyone went back and watched Spawn from like 1997?
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Mortal Kombat. You gotta watch Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that
Oh, I
one was
haven't
even
seen that in a
worse.
while.
It's been so long. God. But like you were saying, CGI has progressed so much. So like the little things now, like how you said Doctor Strange is like fucking third eye on there. The Vecna scene, like there's different stuff now added in to where like it makes it just look just even better.
Mhm.
Like
I think that's a thing that most big companies don't think about, and actually it's kind of shameful that a big production like this that's several episodes long, like if you were to put all the hours together, probably like an 18-hour season, time that was put into this, that people were getting into costumes, into makeup, into all the things that they needed to get to, and 1 hour and a half movie or 2 hour movie couldn't do that. Like the best CGI is the least amount of CGI that you can use. If you can do it with effects and makeup, you should do it with effects and makeup because it looks more real. And then add your little touches of CGI here and there in
Yeah.
between. But if you're trying to do a full blown, like there is literally nothing right here, and I'm trying to create something into CGI, then it's just always going to look crappy because you're not putting any real elements into it.
Yeah. And that's why they won their Emmy for their visual
There
makeup.
you go.
So I mean, it's there, you know, they
Yeah.
did what they did and they were able to do it with very minimal
I guess part of me
CGI.
just it's just angry, not angry, but upset that like we're always gonna watch these damn Marvel movies. We're always gonna watch these damn Marvel TV shows, and they're gonna keep getting by with these like subpar graphics and things, and we're gonna still keep watching them. Like I'm not gonna change the recipe to my food just because everyone says they're getting sick, but everyone's buying it.
Yeah.
Like if you're buying it, then
That's
why am
very
I
true.
gonna change the
Yeah,
recipe?
why am I going to
Yeah,
change it?
yeah.
You're
Like
making me money.
yeah, I hear the complaints. Yeah, it gives you a stomach ache. Yeah, you have to go take a shit more often. Sure, but I'm not gonna change my recipe if you're gonna keep buying it. Now, once you stop buying it, then maybe I'll change my recipe. But
All
no one's
right.
gonna stop buying it.
Okay, Mr. Plankton over here trying to do the Krusty Krab secret formula. I can't. Oh man. But what else in this episode? So we get all of them rallying together. Nancy's talking about everything that happened, the vision and stuff, and tells them that we're not going to be able to do this without 11, and we have to find a way to talk to 11. Comes to find out they're trying to call Will in the house, and the line just it's busy. The
Mm-hmm.
last time we
Mhm.
saw them, the gunshots and all that, the super epic pew pew scene, and they had the phone left on the ring off the hanger, so there no contact, no nothing, and they tried I think what a total of 5 times
Mm-hmm.
already that day, and they couldn't get a hold of them. They're still on the road trying to find trying to find where the location of the Nina project is.
Yes, and this is where Will tries to calm down Mike, who's having a breakdown, and like, oh my god, I don't think 11 wants me. She's so much more cooler than me, and she's gonna just go away from me, and wah, wah, wah. And then Will's like, look, I can out top your wanness with my wanness. Let me,
And he starts
let me
talking
show
about
you
the
this.
bowl haircut, and he just
Let me
starts
show you
crying.
this picture of all of us.
It's
Oh,
all
that's
of
right. Yeah, the
them
picture.
facing the three-headed dragon, and it's him and Mike together close by, right in the photo. I think
Yeah.
it's which the wizard should be in the back because he's the weakest out of the bunch, but is able to help the team from behind. But he's next to Will, but he's willing to sacrifice his life
Wait,
for
he's Will
Mike.
or Willing?
Well, willing,
I'm just kidding.
oh, willing to sacrifice his life for Mike and for the whole group, which is kind of cute because like we are trying to figure out what the pain was the whole time. We thought it was a whole Picasso of him and Mike or some girl that he was trying to give it
It
to, and
was, it was Will giving Mike grapes,
The memes of that
yeah,
was
Usher.
hilarious. You
uh,
know,
I
of
can't.
of Mike looking, or no, Will looking the opposite direction, like while he was sobbing, crying. Sad
Oh,
scene, but there was one meme when it was a thumb and it was just hair on it. It was basically like look,
it was what?
it was basically a thumb and like with Will's hair on it. That's what you see from behind, like from
Oh, what Mike sees?
yeah. Oh,
It's
it was
just
so funny.
I
It's like
That was the
couldn't.
greatest thing
the
ever.
video I think that you see where the guys like put up their face and then it's just the chin.
Yeah.
I'm fucking dying over here. It's
I
that
know.
that was the one. I think you shared that one, didn't you? The one with the thumb, and I just
Yeah,
could
I was
not.
dying.
What Mike
Ugh.
sees.
And like everyone was just dogging it. They're like, "Oh no, he was just crying because he got the worst haircut and he saw himself in the mirror or in the reflection." And I was like, "I can't." But that scene was like really, really touching because it
Yeah,
was
it was.
it was Will, uh, letting out his actual feelings and his true feelings on how he was really like doing. Sometimes you gotta ask, "Are you okay?" And it's okay not to be okay. And boy, Will let it out because he was telling him how he felt and how how he thinks of Mike and how strong he is because he has to be strong for the team. He has to be strong for the group. He has to be strong for Elle because she's gonna need him. And didn't realize what he meant by it, but he he felt some type of way.
Hmm.
Some
And
type
made
of
me it made me cry though, like watching the scene because seeing him ball, I'm like, damn. It's like me telling my crush like all my feelings, and then he's just like, meh, you know. So kind
well,
of
I
sucks.
mean, he obviously purposely did it to make it sound like Elle
Oh yeah.
was the one who felt
Yeah,
that way.
third. He was talking third person. He was like,
Yeah, but it was
well,
actually how he
no.
felt, you know. Um,
That's why I said it hurt. It hurt. Mi
I
corazón.
remember
No.
seeing comments
He
about that,
goes.
like, uh, God, Mike's so dense, you can't even tell that it was Will that was trying to tell him how he
Oh
felt.
yeah.
Oh my God! And it's just like it's not Mike's fault. He's just a guy, man, who likes a girl. Like he's not thinking about his homie over here, with
Nah,
feelings.
he's thinking about his chick. How am I
One
gonna
hundred
help her?
percent. 100%. Yep.
And the
You know,
whole time that conversation was going, Jonathan was listening the whole time, and kind of was giving that reassuring
Oh
like
yeah.
head
Yeah.
nod
Yeah.
through the mirror, because like how do you ask like, hey, y'all guys want to stop for a restroom break, or y'all guys hungry? Like how you can't just you just gotta
Just turn up the radio more.
oh, looks like something serious is going on.
cool fucking Argyle. Oh, that's smacking.
our
That's
guy was
smack.
our guy was not there. He was gone. All right.
He was
So
not. He was
he was
asleep. He
gone.
was just gone. Just
God, was he even in that scene?
he
he,
was, but he
he
was just
was.
not.
He
He
was
was
just
just
high.
gone. He was just gone,
Uh,
gone. Because that was after they left. What's her name?
oh, I
Susie's
forgot.
house.
Susie's. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he got fucking high when he was with Susie's sister in the
Oh, yeah, that
van.
little girl.
Yeah, his new true love.
I better see them together in the next season.
I swear, if that doesn't happen, I'm gonna be so mad. Be like, but why? But why the whole time? Um, I think we go back to the underground bomb shelter where the Nina project is at. We get a conversation with Brenner and Eleven about her
Hmm.
progress and how she's not ready. She can't go back to Hawkins yet because she doesn't have the same power that she had before, and that it's just going to be death all the way around if she's not prepared, and that she's going to be walking into this very blindly, and it just needs to happen. Like she needs to be taken care of more, and she needs to be treated more before she goes. And Brenner was just saying it's going to take about months
Hmm.
for her to be ready, but we don't have that type of time. And she's ready to go. She's like, I think I need to go because my friends need me. And she already talked to Owens about leaving already because she's already ready. She's prepared. She knows what she's walking into. They get in an argument, I think, in this scene, if I'm not mistaken. They're arguing back and forth because she wants to leave. He doesn't want her to leave. And he uses that tranquilizer, if I'm not
Oh yeah,
mistaken, to
yeah.
keep her down because
Mhm.
she doesn't, he doesn't want her to leave. She's not ready. And I think they run out of the room. They go where the septic tank is, and she tries to lift him or the tank. I can't remember if it's either one of those in that scene. But
She
I
like
know,
uses her power to like push him against the tank and
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
kind of like almost kill him. Actually, it looks like,
yeah,
but she
That
passes out from the
yeah,
tranquilizer.
that was a great shot. Like that whole scene was them going obviously back and forth and talking about the past and re pretty much telling each other how they actually feel. Um, and yeah, it's just that one shot where she's just like there with him, and then just pass out, basically.
yeah. Because
So
she got
double
nicked
down.
with, yeah, she got nicked with the needle from the tranquilizer or whatever. Like he didn't push it all the way through, but like he nicked her enough where it was gonna knock her out. Correct?
Hmm.
Because I
I don't
don't
know.
think
I
it.
think he did get her with it. I
He
mean,
did.
yeah, I believe so.
Because I don't remember if he like nicked her and only got a portion because she pulled it off, or she got like the actual full dosage. Because if she did, she would have
I
been knocked out instantly, right?
yeah, I think it was a little bit of it, and she
It
still
wasn't
had to pull
fully.
it out. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you're right. If it was fully, she would have been like done,
Yeah,
like
because that's
fully
how it
knocked
was when
out.
she first got there. Because they told her to calm down, and they got her fully with it. Whenever the two guards were holding her, and that doctor came around,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it
Okay,
looks like
yeah,
only
yeah.
part. Like he did get a little squeeze, but it wasn't the full.
full dosage.
Yeah,
Okay, because he was able to take her back into the room, and I think lock her down in there, or lock the whole place down, like the whole area where they were located at down. If I'm
yeah.
not mistaken.
And then back in Russia,
In
you got the
Russia.
you got the gang kind of getting over, getting out of that little area with the Demogorgon, and you got kind of Hopper and Joyce kind of reconnecting, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to get out of there. Um, I think they're trying to threaten a doctor or something like that at some point, and they end up going like into a room where the doctor's like, "No, you shouldn't go in there," and he's like, we're gonna go in there. So they go in there and they see a Dimmadog strapped to a table with its front chest just fully exposed, and they're obviously
They're
dissecting,
examining it. Yeah,
trying to figure out, what makes them tick. I guess how they can use them. Hopper walks up and shoots it, and I don't know. I guess it's face. I don't know if you call it. I guess it's its head still, and kills it, and then uncovers the clear blinds and sees a bunch of Demodogs and tanks just kind of there
Demodogs and Demogorgons, like baby Demogorgons, like if they're already turning into the process from Demodog to
to Demogorgon.
Demogorgons. And this is when they see the dust particles, right?
Yeah,
The
yep,
hive
yep.
mind
and
there.
somehow magically they got dust particles. I still don't understand that, but yeah. Um,
That gave me like a sinking feeling whenever like it was there. I was like, "Oh no, like what else are they planning?" And I just couldn't I was just in shock cuz I saw it there and I was like, "Oh my god. Like what can they do? What are they going to do? If it gets out, what the fuck is it going to do?" Like so much, so much. Maybe
um,
they extracted it from the demodogs and the demogorgons that are in the tubes and just fed the hive mind that was there. It was maybe like this much amount and just kept on taking for what they could from the others that they've had.
maybe.
Hmm.
Just a thought, just overshooting a thought.
So then eventually they find a manhole. They come through the manhole and they escape. Finally, and they basically have to force Yuri, who's still trying to be the
Instigator in the group that wants
he's
to
like, oh, I could take you back to America for
For
money,
5,000, yeah,
for $5,000.
yeah.
and
Here,
he just
let me take you to my plane. Not even a plane. He lied. He said he had another plane. It was a fucking copter.
that doesn't work.
A little copter that doesn't even work.
Which I don't
Some
It's
see.
like
I
two
don't see
people.
even how they even are gonna all fly in that.
yeah,
But I mean, I guess it gets in the air, so that's good.
that's exactly what he says too. He's like, if it gets you gets you in the air, it does a lot of things.
I also love how he never even like flown it.
Yeah, he said, "Oh no, I haven't wrote it.
Yeah,
I've been messing with it. That's
I
all."
don't. I don't even know what this is.
I don't know
I'm
what
just
this
like,
is.
he's like, "How you fly this? How you work this? Is it just like plane?" I can't.
Right.
He just made me mad the whole time that they were working on it. They were trying to fix it, trying to do stuff. It was just like, bro, you're on the same side as they are. Like, you don't want these monsters coming after you, taking over your country. Like, why are you doing this to yourself? You should be helping them. But no, Mr. Yuri is stubborn and he
It's like
wants
that
it.
one person not doing anything in the group project.
He's just there to take the credit. He's just standing there and says, I did it all
Bitch.
when all the rest of
Bitch.
them did it. Um, we do get the guys back in Hawkins again. They're all hanging out, I think, in Eddie's trailer.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
They're trying to figure out where they're going to get the guns from, and they decide on a gun shop called the War Zone. And
And
then
how they're gonna get there, they don't
exactly.
even know. They're just there discussing. They have a plan. Eddie knows how to drive. Steve knows how to drive. Steve doesn't know how to drive a Winnebago though. But we're gonna attempt to find one. But the only problem that they have is Eddie. How are they gonna get Eddie out in public without everyone knowing it's Eddie? Thus, cue Max with her bright idea for this. She pulls out not only a bandana, but she has a mask. The mask that everyone loves is Mr. Boogeyman himself, Michael Myers. And we
The
get the
goat.
notorious scenes with all the kids just peeking over through on the side, and then you get
Yeah.
Michael
Yeah.
Myers.
Did not expect that.
It had me dying when I saw
I
it the first time.
it wasn't a jump scare. It was just like, the fuck, like,
Yeah,
How is he there?
yeah.
You get his
I
long hair out of the mask, and then it's just him. And it just couldn't. It was
I
just funny.
totally. I'm not saying I don't know why I didn't think about that, but like it just obviously that's from what season 2, right? When Max was that for
Max is in the
Halloween.
Halloween costume.
Yeah,
And I thought it was pretty cool because it was a nod to two things. One, it was nod to our horror, Halloween horror, and then also two to season 2 when Max actually was dressed up as Michael Myers. The only one in the group that was dressed up as a horror figure besides the Ghostbusters, which was pretty cool
yeah.
that they did. And I love her pop that they made of her because for the Halloween edition they did all of her get up. Like she
yeah,
had
with
the
that
mask.
part of the mask coming off her head.
Yeah.
No way. What the
Yes.
fuck?
They had her with their little Halloween pumpkin, and then she had her mask with her with the
It's
little
probably
knife, which is pretty cool.
probably like $100 right now.
I might still have it in my collection because I think I kept that one. I don't know. I have to look at all my pops.
That's like
But
two pops in one.
yeah, you get Michael
Yeah,
Myers
exactly.
and
Yeah.
be like, here, the actor that plays Michael Myers, here, sign this, and then go see Max. Like, here, sign
Nick
this,
Castle. I'd
sign this for me, Nick Castle. But
rather have Nick Castle or John Carpenter sign it, but
we get them all trying to run to find this Winnebago that they're going to borrow at the time.
oh yeah.
They go in there. Eddie's hot wiring this car, this Winnebago, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to do this. They take it. The people that are outside are like, "What the hell? Why is my house moving?" And they're going and shooting straight for the war zone gun shop with everybody in the back, just flying around because they have to speed off out of the trailer park that they just got out of.
Yes, that was a hilarious scene. I think there was one line. I don't know if I read it somewhere right or if it's a false statement, but that scene where he's hot wiring the car and he added "Don't you big boy" like to Steve. I
Hmm.
heard that was like improvised, and Steve didn't know how to react to that, or the actor was like, "The fuck!" Like so, like they put that in, they left it in apparently. So I thought that was like a creative improvised scene just for
That's
that.
cool, like an improv.
Yeah,
Oh, why don't you, big boy? Like,
yeah.
oh no.
That's what they said. They said hit. Oh my god, what's his name? The guy who plays Steve. What's his? Joe, right?
I
Joe
think
something.
so.
That he legit was like shocked, and they just like, all right, we're putting that in the show.
We're gonna leave it there.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious. But Steve is the one driving this big old Winnebago with a whole bunch of kids and Nancy and Robin and Eddie all to this war zone so they can get some guns and hopefully be able to defeat Vecna in the process of all of this. Um, while that's going on, we find out that the military is on tracks to find 11, find out
Hmm.
where the Nina project is as well. So not only do we have Mike, Will, Jonathan, Argyle looking for him, the military's coming after him too. They done fucked up. They done fucked up. The best guy gave him the roots and tell him, hey, this is where you're going, but don't kill her. Don't kill her at all.
Mm.
You know what their plan is.
Yeah, killer
They'll be
ass.
like, we'll just wrangle her. And they're like, we'll just wrangle her a bit. That's all. That's all.
We'll just kill her a bit.
But we thank Argyle for that because he knew what tracks they were. Because when they were trying to look for everything and stuff, he was just kind of like, just Argyle's knowledge, man. just has me laughing. Like, he's always high all the time, but I mean, he knew what the
Hey,
things were.
when you're high, you get creative sometimes.
Hey, you're not wrong,
That's
man.
how Dread was made. I'm just kidding.
um, because everyone's like, this should be the right direction.
Yeah.
This is the right direction, and Argyle's like, no, these tire tracks right here, these aren't tire tracks. These are
Muchachos.
bruchachos. This is these are like tanks, like big old two-wheeler tanks. And I'm like, what
uh,
the fuck is this, dude? Like, how are you your knowledge is beats me. But he points them into the right direction where they have to go. So it's basically an ongoing chase on who's gonna get to 11 first.
mhm.
Trying to think of.
Oh, they're at the. Then it goes to the gun shop, and they're
Yeah.
looking for
They're
guns and all
creeping right
that.
behind. I think they're like in the behind of the building, right? In the back, and they're trying to pick out which ones are going in and who's staying in the
Oh
RV.
yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Because Eddie couldn't
Uh,
go down, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
So who was gonna stay with Eddie? That's who was everyone was arguing with on who's staying with Eddie, and I think it ended up being Dustin staying with Eddie because it was
Hmm.
uh, Erica, Nancy, Robin, Steve, Lucas. I think that all went right. I didn't see Max, or I don't remember Max.
I don't remember seeing Max or Lucas in the store.
Okay,
No,
so maybe
it's just Nancy, Erica, Robin, Steve, and who's the other person? Oh, Max was there too. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah.
But no, I remember not seeing Lucas and Dustin there
Dustin.
for sure.
Yeah. That was
Because
another
they were
intense
all
scene.
that one was, oh man, that was intense. Like watching them go in, and it's like basically like a free for all for fucking guns. You get a basket,
Uh-huh.
you just start loading everything that you need. Fucking Erica with the little bag. I
And she's
just
like
couldn't.
what, 14 and just in a gun store, which was like nothing. But again,
She's
it's
just,
the 80s.
yeah. And she was it cuts to the scene where Nancy, no, not Nancy, it's Robin and Steve are talking. And lo and behold, Steve's like, "Oh, you should really talk to what it was her name that we
Oh,
talked to,
Vicky.
Vicky.
Yeah.
You should
Vicky.
really talk to Vicky. Maybe she doesn't have a boyfriend, or maybe she's not seeing anybody." And who the fuck do we see at that gun shop? Vicky
Some
and
random
her
dude.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
And
Heartbroken.
they're just talking and then kissing, and just Robin's there with, I think she has what, like rags or bottles or something with her, and she's kind of like and Steve knows that look.
Hmm.
Steve
Dang,
really,
I could have bought a shotgun for $120 back then.
yeah,
Dang.
he's over here like, dang it, man. uh
Oh
that kind of
shit.
made me tear up a little bit because I've never seen Robin so sad, so
Hmm.
upset over anything, and there was really
Yeah, because
nothing we could fix.
she's full of positivity, and for her to witness, I guess, her major.
Crush.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that too, but witness little downfall, I guess. So it's yeah, it kind of was sad for her to see go through that.
R.I.P. man.
And then then while Nancy is looking at shotguns,
She's like, oh yeah, this will be perfect to saw off.
and then you got Jason popping out of nowhere.
We get the whole fucking football crew there, and
Jocks.
Erica sees two of them that are hanging out by the knives. She's panicking, and she's trying to find Max. They're trying to find everybody right now at this point so they can pay and get the fuck out. And Nancy is checking out this shotgun, and you have Jason that kind of is looking at a gun as well too, and like, hey, Nancy, Wheeler, like, why are you here? And they kind of get into this little discussion that kind of raises some flags. It would be such a shame that, what did he say?
First of all, it was already a red flag for him because I remember the scene particularly where how he's talking to her. He asked for a gun, and the way he's talking to her, he was like, he's like pointing the gun at her, like motioning to her or some shit. I'm just like, bro, I know it's not loaded, but don't do that.
You're never supposed to point a gun at someone, loaded or unloaded.
Like this little psychopath.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely a little psycho.
And he's just lecturing and talking like, it should be a shame. It would be a shame if you knew where Eddie was or where these kids were. It's kind of like he's basically threatening her, but without threatening her.
Smack
Like,
it.
and I'm just sitting there like, "Ooh, you better not touch a little curl on fucking Nancy's head." Like, I swear. Like,
It would
I
have
was
been
just,
it would have been a good time for Steve to get his ass kicked the fourth time. I mean,
oh
still
yeah,
kick some ass. Sorry.
go kick some ass, Steve. No, like I was just like, shit. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen right here, right now. That they're gonna battle with each other, fight with each other. But no, they just she just felt a little uneasy when they went to go pay. They went back inside, and then they finally said, like, "Hey, you're not gonna believe who we bumped into while we were here. We gotta go. We gotta get out of here." And they're letting Dustin and Mike, not Dustin and Mike, Dustin and Lucas and Eddie know, like, we need to go. We need to get out of here already, pretty much. And they hit the road. They hit the road, Jack. Back home. Back on the way home. I think. Right. Yes.
Yeah.
I think they're going straight to Vecna's, or I don't know where they're going.
Yeah. Going to the
Yeah.
They're doing the
Creole
plan.
house.
They're doing the plan now.
This is where the plan gets delegated, and they get to, I think they go park somewhere on the side, and then they start getting everything
Yeah,
together.
they start getting Then they have their kind of touching moment where everyone's getting their weapons together.
They're communicating
Eddie
and all that shit.
Eddie and Dustin doing the shields with the nails, and Lucas and Erica
Erica
talking,
bonding.
kind of Erica calling Lucas dumb that he didn't know how to tie a knot properly, and they're just having like a little brother and sisterly, you know, spat, but of course that loving, touching kind of spat.
Yeah.
And
Like,
then
you're
Mac,
doing this wrong.
and then Nancy cutting off her shotgun because she was just like, that's
This
what
nigga?
Jason was talking about. Is anyone
If you won't miss.
grab it? So he's just like, yeah, well, I'm gonna shorten that shit. Like,
She's like, for one, no one will grab it, and two, I'll never miss that way. And
yeah.
then we
And
get
then
that.
Robin, Steve.
Yeah. We get Robin and Steve. I like the cute little moment that we get in between Robin and Steve and with Dustin and Eddie. Because Eddie gives the line to Dustin that "don't ever change" thing.
Oh
And
yeah,
I was
that's
just
a sweet
sitting there
moment.
like, I was like, oh, why would you do that? Because, like, it was the cutest thing. Because then they're all rustling and bustling and, the banished Eddie and telling. It's just the cutest moment. Like, cutest thing. Because they're all sweating. He's just looking at him like, don't ever change. Cries.
Yeah, that was sad.
Sad. But
Yeah.
what else is it? And then we get Nancy and Steve talking about, her love life situation and his love life situation and stuff. Just making sure that she knows that, maybe it was just he's here for the summer or here for the spring break. And that he's gonna be going back to college after that. Like, he's only down here for a week. You never know. Things may change type thing, just to kind of hype up Robin so she's not feeling down on herself. That there's always chances and opportunities with people. And when he's saying that, he's looking directly at Nancy and Max as well too, because he knows he had a chance with Nancy. Could have fixed it.
You're
All right, so where are we at? Is this where the military invades the project?
Yep.
Final showdown.
pretty much the ending of the episode.
Yeah. We get into the whole military raid, right?
So 11 wakes up after being tranquilized, has a collar around her neck, dampening her powers.
Damn it.
Brenner talking to her, telling her, I'm only doing this for your own good. I'm not your enemy. And then the enemy shows up. And yeah, they come, they start raiding, and they're trying to kill Elle. Or capture her or kill her. I don't know which one. They're trying to do something.
And this is when they go on full lockdown, right? In that little septic tank area where the septic tank is. Like, they shut down the door, or they try to shut down the door in enough time so the military doesn't go through.
Oh yeah.
And then they take what's his name? The the one that's been helping Eleven and Will.
Owens.
Yeah, they take Owens because he's there and they're trying to ask him questions about where's the girl, what's going on here, what's your involvement, and he's not really talking. They fucking handcuff him to a pipe down below, and I'm over here panicking and freaking out. Like, are they gonna unlock him? Are they just gonna keep him there? What are they gonna do with him?
He's gonna look really, really fit for season 5.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We better find out what happens to him because I need to know. I need to make sure he's alive. He's well. He's
Nah,
doing
he has to
okay.
be alive.
I hope so. That I'll be
Well,
one
yeah.
pissed off fan.
So I'm not sure if just Eleven's not really able to walk, but Brenner's basically trying to carry her out of the facility. I guess she's still a little woozy from the drugs.
The drugs.
And they get outside and they have a helicopter that has a sniper on it that has already, I think, killed a lot of the people on the outside already.
Yeah, all the doctors and stuff and security that were trying to escape out from there.
Mm-hmm. Looks like they got tagged. And Brenner, he gets tagged and drops L. And so they're like,
just there.
all right, well, it's time to try to kill this girl. And then Brenner pulls out enough strength to click his little button and undo the collar.
And when that's happening, we get the fucking pizza van during this whole epic little action scene, just kind of like cruising.
This is smacking!
And then you have the guy in the helicopter like, did someone order a pizza? I was like, come on, man. So the pizza truck's getting there, pizza van's there, and then we get this little moment that Mike is like, ow, there, and then you have the copter there trying to pay attention to Elle, trying to kill Elle at the same time. Her power takes down that fucking copter like it was nothing.
That was another dope shot, like wide shot. Man, I don't know. Again, another scene I didn't expect to happen for some reason. Like it goes back to episode 4, the whole gun shootout.
Yeah.
I didn't expect this scene to go that, like, I guess cinematic level.
Yeah.
Like, I guess Michael Bay style.
Honestly, that's literally what it felt like. It felt like I was watching one of like the Transformers or something. Like it was that
Actually, that was like a very Transformer because they've done those because it was a one shot basically the way they shot it. They did that in Transformers before too, where they're Shia LaBeouf's all running and the freaking Transformers are, and he's just like going through the destruction. Like, wow, I didn't even think about that. But yeah,
all you're missing is Linkin Park in the background. That's it.
Someone play it. Someone play it.
I have it in my vinyl record player right now.
Oh, there
Wait
you go.
for it. We can only play 5 seconds of it because we'll get flagged. I'm all drum roll.
Oh.
There you go. That's all you need.
That's all you need.
That's all you hear, guys. It's only the 5 seconds you get, so we don't get flagged. But yeah, no, Linkin Park in the background, that whole full epic scene, it just would have felt nice. Felt like a beautiful Michael Bay film. And then right after that scene, you just get the full Michael Bay fucking letters.
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay film.
You ever seen that? You've seen that South Park episode with Imagination Land?
Yeah. Which one?
So there's a scene where so basically everyone's trapped in this imaginary world, and so they're trying to fight like these imaginary critters, and so the military is trying to go into this imaginary world and fight them. So what they do is they get all these screenwriters and directors together, and they're like, all right, I want you to give us ideas of how we can defeat the people because y'all make made up shit all the time. Maybe y'all can make up a way for us. So they get Michael Bay and a couple of other people, but Michael Bay's like, all right, so then we'll go to we'll make a portal, and then we'll get a semi truck and it'll blow up really big. Boom, boom. We'll get extra explosions over here. It's like, yeah, no, those are just effects, Michael Bay. We need a plan of how to fight
Right.
the imaginary people. Okay, what about this? What if we walk through a really nice, desolate area, and then the blah blah blah, and then boom, boom, more explosions, and they're like, "All right, M. Night Shyamalan, what are your ideas?" It's like, what if the imaginary people were really mole people the whole time? Like, that's just a plot twist,
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan. That doesn't give me a plot story, whatever. And then
So this doesn't give me a plan. I need a plan to go and find these critters.
And then
I
the very
can't.
last one was like probably my favorite because they always make fun of like Mel Gibson all the time, but they have Mel Gibson come and he's just like sitting there just twisting his nipples, and he's just my nipples, they hurt when you twist them. And
God damn it, South Park.
he's like, oh well then so you have anything for us, Mel Gibson? He's like, well, look for someone who's not there. That's what I would do. And he's just like, or should look for something that doesn't belong. And he's like, you know what? That's a great idea. And so they start kind of like, going through the foot. Anyway, doesn't really matter. The point is, everyone makes fun of Michael Bay for blowing up shit.
Yeah.
All the time. It's always explosions.
That was probably one of my like stupidest things I said whenever I was in school. I'd just be like going around people and just like twisting my nipple and be like, "Ah, my nipple! It hurts when you twist it." People are like, "Why are you twisting it then?"
I'm like, God damn it, Mel Gibson. Cat.
Uh,
Oh, man.
so where were we again? Oh yeah, L.
That's where we're at.
He's about to get shot down by someone in a helicopter.
Takes down the whole helicopter.
Oh yeah.
And then we get the big old explosion. And then we get Mike and Will and all of them out of the van. They're running to Elle, making sure she's okay. Everything's okay. Brenner is still semi alive, but not really alive. Like, we know he's going to die. And he has this cute little moment, like, to go save the world now, kind of type thing, where he tells her, like, thank you, I guess. Or she tells him thank you. And he's looking at it like, go save the world now. You can do what you can. And that little collar that she had on is gone. Yeah, I think that's how it ends.
Goodbye, Papa.
Goodbye,
No,
Papa.
it kind of ends there. Then it shows in the van driving off, and then Brenner takes his last breath. Wide shot of him dead, and then it cuts to goes to Hawkins, Max, Lucas, Erica, the first group like showing up to the Creel house. And that's pretty much where it ends. So
yeah,
they're all
then
ready for battle.
that separate ways music hits Journey.
do 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 do.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And that's the ending of episode 8.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful episode. It had really cool cinematic moments in there, which were really good. Which I'm surprised they didn't get no Emmy nomination for that one as well too. But I mean, even then, nonetheless, Dear Billy is still the number one contender for all of that. Because how can you beat that? The music. If they had Linkin Park in that scene, I think it probably would have won. It would have gone into the nomination, but it didn't.
I think they seriously, I mean, I'm not saying Stranger Things is the greatest show ever. I think they looked at the full lineup and like, okay, we can't nominate them for every award. We can't make them win every award. So we're going to have to like be fair here.
They're like, okay, guys. I know you're all Eddie stands and they're all there with their Hellfire shirts. But they're like, but we cannot nominate them for everything. We can nominate them for 11 things. And they're like, 11.
They kind of like they should have at the same time because they deserve it, but like they did it with Breaking Bad. Like Breaking Bad won every award, and then like after that, all of a sudden Game of Thrones started winning. Yeah, because Breaking Bad is gone, and then Game of Thrones is the only probably popular show at that time. But
yeah, that they had to cut it with Stranger Things. They're like, okay, we get it. You're a good fan base, but like, can't win them all. You have to lose some in there. But yeah, it was a good episode. We all know what the outcome is after this. The 2 hour
Episode.
watch for number 9. I
I
feel
watched
like
at 4 a.m.
we all watched either at 4 or 5 a.m. except for me because I wait. Oh, well, I think me and
Well, I woke
Saul, we
up.
watched it.
I woke up like at 5 a.m. or something. I got to work. No, I think I woke up at 5:30 a.m. that day, and I started watching it, but I had to go to work at 6:30, 6:45. So like I still had like the last like hour of the whole show left
Mm-hmm.
to watch, and I was just like, damn,
Ah,
really long. I guess I just didn't expect
dude.
it to be as long as it was, because I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll be able to watch this whole thing, before the. No, I was like, oh my god, it's 2.5 hours long. Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
It's props to you. I couldn't do that. Like, I have to like watch it, from start to finish. I just couldn't
Yeah,
like
I can't
stop.
do any breaks. It's so hard.
Shoot,
It's so
that
hard to
would
do
make me
any
insane.
breaks.
Yeah.
But I think we all watched it all at different times. I think I watched mine right after I got out of work. I think it was like 7 or 8. Staying off of Facebook was the hardest thing. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, because everyone was talking about it. It was
Mhm.
so hard, so hard to watch it. Stay off of social media for that. I did get whenever I did watch it, I did get like a little bit of someone at work trying to tell me what happened, and I'm like, "Stop it! Don't
Oh,
you
you
start! I have not."
motherfucker.
But no one told me anything. Thank God.
Okay,
I
good.
just walked away, and I was like, "I gotta go home. I can't do it
Yeah,
today."
so they finally get into the room with Vecna, and then Dom comes in and says, "Family,"
Biggest crossover of all time.
and then and then Chris Pratt comes in and whistles, and a T-Rex comes and eats Vecna. It's
He's all, "Ah, bah."
Oh shit.
And then explosions.
then Shia LaBeouf comes in with Optimus Prime. It's freaking
and,
crazy.
and Bumblebee as well. Too much. That would be a real sick crossover. I'm
Now,
just saying.
first of
Let's
all, that's
get
a lot of
Michael
money.
Bay. Yeah.
That's a lot of
Michael Bay
money.
has it. He can pay it. He can pay
I
it
just
all.
like sometimes I really do wish like dumb shit like that would happen. Like I really wish it sounds really dumb, but I really wish there was a Jurassically Fast, movie. Not because it's actually supposed to be good, but because of how ridiculous it would be just to see all the Fast and the Furious cast, all the Jurassic Park and dinosaurs, and like we need you to help us take out the dinosaurs.
They should do that with Sharknado.
Ooh.
They kind of already do it with that because they have all these random celebrities in the movie.
Yeah.
So I feel like if they add just like one cameo of Dom, like with this muscle car and hitting a shark midair, would be hilarious.
He has to use the nos to hit the ramp in order to hit the shark right at the right time.
Or it would be better if
Like
like
what?
somehow they get a car underwater and it's just racing a great white.
That would just be one of the most funniest but ridiculous thing like in a movie ever. Like you just wouldn't expect it. Like I wouldn't even tell anyone like whatsoever. Like it'd be a movie that'd be so ridiculous that if someone on Facebook would have posted that Dom freaking ramped off a building and hit a shark in midair during like thing, and it just shows the scene where it's just like, I live my life a mile by the minute.
And you just
And someone posted it on Facebook, I would have been like, haha, very funny, guys. Like, we all know the stupid memes. And then you go see it for your first time in real life, and you're just like,
the fuck?
you're not fucking with me, right? Like, that just happened. That
Where's
just, I wasn't
Ashton Kutcher
imagining
for this
that. Like,
punk? Where is he? I can't. That would be fucking hilarious.
oh man, it would be epic. Like it would just be one of the most funny. Like that one scene. Anyone watching who makes movies, that one scene would make your movie so freaking popular. Even if it was a shitty
Yeah.
storyline or whatever,
Yeah.
it would be one of the most watched things just because of that one scene, because of how ridiculous it would be to have it in there. Like
Agree.
it would be great. You have to get Dom just randomly like in a scene. You have to convince Vin Diesel, like, look, Vin Diesel and franchise, whoever owns the rights to this. We just gotta put you in this movie one time. Then you're gonna see like all these dumb fucking people that are gonna be like, See, Sharknado and Fast and Furious are in the same universe.
You're like, oh my god, merch after merch after merch for that.
It was like, no, they just kind of crossed over because of the multiverse being broken from Spider-Man. So they're part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Ah,
I just can't imagine buying a T-shirt of Vin Diesel in a car and then hitting a shark. Like that's come on, that's gonna sell. I
or
would buy
him
the hell out of that
racing,
T-shirt.
a T-Rex as well, bro. Done.
Dominating
on.
shark, and it just says family.
Franco, clip that,
Family.
post it
It's a
everywhere.
Post
The
it
shirt of
everywhere.
him like hitting the shark in the midair. You don't even show the after. Like you don't even show when he lands or anything. Like,
No, that's it. It blacks
that's it.
out, and I think I would be satisfied. I would be satisfied with that.
it'd be done. Like it would just keep moving on. Next scene. Like none of the other guys even know who this guy is. Like he just did it for no reason.
On that note, we're gonna end the podcast here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this. Also, hit the little bell notification just to keep updated with everything that's going on with Emo Sawap Productions. Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate everything. We do other things besides just Stranger Things on here, so just make sure to stick around for all that goodness, and we'll hope to catch you in the next one, guys. All right. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.